Oof, well, a lot has happened, so let's get into it. So Martin Kabrhel made some headlines yesterday, and he responded with a thread of tweets announcing that he began legal actions against Andrew Roble. Meanwhile, the WSOP stated that they were aware of the situation and conducting an internal investigation. Where does this road lead to? So to start, the community immediately split into two very polarized groups. One, Martin obviously cheated, he needs to be banned immediately. And number two, how could he have cheated with no one noticing? This is just Martin playing a mental game to put others on tilt. Both sides have some pretty strong points, but let's play devil's advocate for a second. For the side that wholeheartedly believes Martin cheated by marking cards, how did he do it? I've seen comments of infrared contacts mixed with some kind of substance that reflects to the light that only the contacts can see. Some say he's scuffing the edges of cards or indenting them. If that's so, how did none of the players notice? These markings should have at least been able to be felt, if not seen. Every player was on high alert towards Martin. These antics have been going on for most of the tournament, and the sentiment was that Martin was doing something fishy. So how could no one notice any of the markings while they're playing? Now, if you're on the other side of the fence, I've got this for you. Sure, there's no hard evidence that Martin cheated. And yes, it would be extremely difficult to pull off what he's being accused of doing by most of the community. Yes, I agree this could have just been Martin taking advantage of the situation to gain an edge. Martin must have been aware that the other players were growing with annoyance and suspicion with his antics. It's definitely in the realm of possibilities that Martin leaned into these suspicions to make others uncomfortable and possibly tilt them. But to those of you who believe that, is that the kind of behavior you want at the poker table? Do we want players to appear as they're cheating in order to get their own edge against their opponents? Is that good for the game? To that, I personally say absolutely not. While I don't have a firm stance on whether Martin was cheating or simply playing mind games, I do not agree with the continued antics he displayed on the felt. It's led to incredibly murky waters on one of, if not poker's biggest stage. It's at the point where the WSOP had to open their own investigation, and what will come of that? Some would say nothing at all. You could look at this situation from the perspective of the WSOP and see this working out one of two ways. One, the WSOP finds evidence, presents it to the public, bans Martin, and it hurts their image immensely by allowing the game integrity of their largest buy-in event to be totally destroyed. Or number two, nothing comes out, the people forget, and the brand image remains intact. Again, I'm not saying that will happen, but some could say that's a possibility. It's also worth noting that the floor implemented a no standing rule while any player was in a hand, specifically to defend against the accusations against Martin. And what did Martin do? He continued to knowingly break this rule. Again, like I said, there's currently no way to know for sure whether Martin was cheating or not, but what I can firmly say is regardless if he was cheating or not cheating, I personally do not agree with the antics. Assuming the image of a cheater in order to gain an edge against the other opponents is still just as unethical as cheating in my eyes, even if he didn't cheat at all. That's all I got for you. See you guys next time.